we have what's out AI for the consumers, right? But some of the people we know, like, this shit is bonkers, dude. And I talked to Jamie about it. Like, you will never fucking be able to believe, like, I could come home and be like, AI, suck my dick. AI, I want to listen to Carpenters, but I want Ice-T to sing it. AI, my dad was like really shitty to me. Put him up, hologram, have him say all the apologies I wish he said, but he never said. AI, Ozarks, but all Asian, change the ending to The Sopranos, deep fake, like, that's coming. That's here.
Yeah.
It's not perfect yet.
It's getting real close.
And so what does it do? It brings the temperature of the fear up, right? Like, a lot of my friends have lost their jobs. If I was still trying to sell art, I'd be fucking out of a job. Like, AI paints way better than I do. And so what did Metallica have to do? Tour, right? AC/DC, Stones, like 90 years old, still fucking touring. And so it's like what we were saying again. That's here now. You could sign papers and shit to try to make that go away. That's a fucking insane monster that's here now. And of course we would love it if it was best case scenario and it was here to aid humanity and do all that. But we've seen enough Terminators. Like, the things, it's a human that made that, right? So it's going to probably be really racist. It's probably going to be super sexist. It's probably going to be like psychopathic. It's probably going to, and so I could go to fear, I could go to hate, or I could go to acceptance, adapting, and our religion of love. And so whatever, like, that's a gift. If you're like working at a job and you're like, wow, AI is a self-driving car now. I'm out of my truck driving job, or I've learned my whole life how to like edit sound, and now that's done. Like, all that, it's almost like freeing you to be the whatever is coming next. And so whatever your version of touring is, right? Which is the third space again. It's human connection. Like, you can't make, if forget Metallica, if you're like a new band, most people aren't buying CDs, tapes, records. So you have to sell merch. You have to go out. You have to perform. You have to meet people. You have to have connection. So whatever that version of that is for you as a human, no more like you're going to have to move away from technology and more to human connection.
Okay.
That's my belief on it, because it's fucking scary as shit. And I could choose to live in fear and be scared, or like people are losing their livelihoods that they spent their life on. Like,
yeah, that aspect of it is terrifying, because people aren't stable financially enough to deal with the entire industry going away.
I fired my lawyer. Like, I asked ChatGPT, like, my lawyer costs $600 every time I pick up the phone, and I was like, as a test, like, here's the questions, and I always got to do 10 minutes of small talk. I'm like, that's $100 right there. I'm like, I don't care about your kids, dude. Just tell me what I want to know. So he gave me a very similar answer than the ChatGPT. I'm like, that's a phone call I'm never gonna have to make again.
Wow.
Boom, done. The guy that does like, but now that guy's free to pursue the next chapter of his life. Whatever.
If something's available, the problem is what people like Andrew Yang were worried about was this mass disruption of our economy, where automated things and things done through AI remove most jobs. And so we have this abundance of wealth that's available to things like the war in Ukraine and some other stuff. Like, we need to consider something like a universal basic income.
Yeah.
So, and it's not saying that just for people to never work, you don't have to work, we'll just give you money. That's not what it is. It's like you have to figure out a way to give people enough money to survive if everything goes away, because everything might go away.
This could be an awkward conversation.
Uh-oh.
Like, Jamie's job is probably going to be irrelevant if it isn't already.
I told him already.
No.
I got 3 years or so.
But you would.
No.
I'm saying.
No. Half of this show is the fun of pull that up, Jamie, and I'm like, what kind of bullshit ass link is this? Find me some shit on DuckDuckGo.
There could be a good AI that could be fucking.
So
knows
I'm
my
sure,
whole
but
history.
it's not.
I'll feed it some
Listen,
videos and
listen.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
no chance. No, because everyone's going to want to know that Jamie's here.
Right. Exactly. So even if that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You still want the human contact.
Yes.
Right? Like, if the AI is here and it's like every single editing, bring that up, Jamie, and maybe even you can trick them. There's a deep fake voice that's doing like, all right, Joe, or whatever. Like, you would still, for you'd be like, I like Jamie as a person.
Yes.
Like I want him here. I like him. You know.
Well, it's an intangible part of the vibe.
Right.
If you just decide that that's not a part of the vibe and Jamie's not here anymore, I would feel it. I would feel a loss.
Right.
I'm gonna give you an
Love you, Jamie.
There's a thing about things that people do, and this is like the concern about AI art. And I know a lot of people have concerns about AI art, and I get where they're coming from, particularly with taking jobs away from illustrators, and it's going to be a problem if it's not already a problem.
It is a problem.
There's a thing, I'm sure it's a problem. I don't even know why I'm hedging that, but there's a thing that people really love about, I love things that someone made. Like, to me, that's fucking giant. That
Right.
means everything to me.
Right.
Like this thing, this is by this guy, Shane Against the Machine. And this is
love that
a
thing.
chimpanzee skull that's made from Zildjian symbols. I fucking love this thing.
Right.
This guy makes shit. Like, you go to his Instagram page and he's
You could see the texture of the symbol.
You couldn't, if you did that with a 3D printer, it wouldn't mean anything. It would still be dope. Like, if someone gave me that and it was
Right.
3D printed, I'd still think it was dope.
Right.
But knowing that a guy made it, it's
Right.
way more dope.
And that's what we're moving towards. Is
I don't think you and I are, and I think as long as we can express the
no, I'm
value.
saying we're moving towards.
Oh, yes.
You're gonna have to make stuff by like.
Yes,
it's gonna be less.
It'll mean more.
Yeah,
it
mean
means more. It means more. It's real.
This is this guy's version of like
Yes.
Metallica tour. Like you have to.
Exactly.
You could mass produce shit, but that's gonna have less value to someone like me.